beautiful people, and welcome. Today we're going to be taking what we already know about transversal, parallel lines, angles, the relationships between our angles, taking that prior knowledge and applying it to solving for angle measures, solving for variables, solving for unknowns. As always, I am human, so if you catch a mistake, if you notice a mistake, please let me know so that way I can learn from my mistake. And then you also can learn from my mistakes so that way you don't have to make it. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, if you haven't seen the previous video on transversals and parallel lines, the notes on that, go ahead and head over there. If you don't have your angle relationships memorized, make sure you have your flashcards out, make sure you have your notes out because they will absolutely be 100% helpful. All right, let's go ahead for number one. Number one, and looks like for all of the ones that we will be working for today, all they're asking for is for you to solve for x, so you're solving for your unknown. That's our objective, is to get x by itself. So let's start with number one. We will be asking two questions. Question number one, what do we have? Question number two, what does that mean? And if you are in my class, I'm pretty sure that you are tired of hearing these two questions, but I promise you I will not stop asking these two questions. For number one, it's asking, solve for x. We kind of already did that, already mentioned that many times, I understand. So let's start. What do we have in number one? So I am noticing that I have two angles on this line. So what do we have? We have two angles on a line, and that is called a linear pair. So I'm going to write it off to the side. So what do we have? What do we have? We have a linear pair. What does that mean? That means they are congruent. And what does that mean? That means equal in measure. And again, equal in measure, I'm referring to the angle measures. So what does that mean? That means that these two angles, this angle and this angle, all of that are equal. So we're going to set it equal to each other. So we're saying x plus 106 is equal to 80. And again, what is our objective? What are we trying to do? We're trying to solve for x. We're trying to get x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 106, subtract 106. X is then equal to, so subtracting is a little bit harder, so I'm going to add instead. I'm going to say, I know I have more negatives, so my answer is negative. 80 plus what is 106? Well, 80 plus what is 100? 8, 9, 10, 11, so 10, so that's 2. So I'm going to add 26 to that, and I'm just working my way to solving it. And I'm going to say 80 plus 26 is 106. So I'm going to say x is 26, but negative. And again, 106, you can say 80 minus 106. Double check that, and you're set. Again, what is our objective? Our objective is to get x by itself. Is x by itself? Yes, it is. We're done. Number two, what do we have? What does that mean? Number two, looks like I have angles that are on the inside of the bubble and on the same side. So what do we have? We have same side interior angles. Now in my class, we would not be saying same side interior. In my class, we're going to say consecutive. Consecutive interior or same side interior. And what does that mean? So if they are on the same side on the inside, they are supplementary. And what does that mean? That means angles add to 180 degrees. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we have 14x plus 15 and 53 adding up to 180 degrees. What is our objective? Our objective is to get x by itself or to solve. So I'm going to combine like terms. So I'm going to say 15 plus 53 is 68. So I'm going to say 14x plus 68 is equal to 180. I'm going to subtract 68 both sides. So 180 minus 68 is 112. 112 divided by 14. X is equal to 8. Again, our objective is to get x by itself. And we have done that, so we are done. Let's move on to, let's skip number 3 because number 3 is the same angle relation. So I'm going to say number 4. Again, what do we have? What does that mean? So what do we have? I have an angle here that's on the top left, and I have an angle here that's on the top left. So one is outside, one is inside. So it's not alternate, it's not exterior, interior. When everything else gets crossed out, like process of elimination, you're left with you're left with corresponding angles. Okay, so location, location, location. If the location matches, then you have corresponding angles. So what do you have? Corresponding. Okay, and what does it mean when you have corresponding angles? Corresponding angles means they are congruent. And that means they are equal angles, equal in measure. Okay, so equal is your keyword here. That means these two angle measures are equal. So I'm going to take that over here. So I'm going to say 60 is equal to 6x plus 12. I'm going to subtract 12 both sides. Bring down my 6x. 60 minus 12, that's equal to 48. And I'm going to divide by 6 both sides. So therefore, x is equal to 48, which is divided by 6 is 8. So far, we had a linear pair, we had a consecutive interior angles, we had corresponding angles, and then let's move on to number 5. Number 5, what do we have? I have angles that are both on the inside of my bubble. So I know I have interior angles. I'm going to write that here. I'm going to abbreviate. That's going to be my interior. And so now I need to figure out, are they on the same side of the transversal? Are they on the same side inside? Or are they opposite? And it looks like they are opposite each other. So that means I have alternate. Alternate interior angles. What does it mean to be alternate interior angles? That means they are congruent. And what does that mean? That means their angles are equal in measure. Measure. I can spell. Okay, so keyword again is equal. So that means these two angle measures are equal to each other. So I'm going to say 80 is equal to 7x plus 17. Subtract 17 both sides. Make sure you're doing your dotted line. 80 minus 17 is equal to 63. Bring down the 7x, divide by 7 both sides. 63 divided by 7 is 9. Our objective is to get x by itself. X is by itself, and you are done. Number 6, again, you have two angles that form a line. Those are a linear pair. You're going to look at number 1, exactly the same thing. Number 7 is like number 2, so I'm actually going to do this. Let's do this. For number 3, you can solve this, and I want you to solve this on your own. But number 3, you're going to look at number 2. For number 6, you're going to look at number 1. For number 7, you're going to look at which number is it? Number 2. Number 8, you're going to look at number 5. And I do want you to solve them. Okay, solve them and reach out to me. Send me a message on your answers if you'd like to double check your work. Number 9 is very similar to number 2. So look at number 2 and number 10. And again, look at number 2. Now, I do realize not all of our angles relations were covered in this video. There were a lot of repeats. For example, consecutive interior angles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive, 5 consecutive interior angles. And that's okay. These questions were generated by a computer, so that's just what we got. If you have any questions, let me know. Just continue the process. Ask, what do we have? What does that mean? And it's going to give you everything, all the information that you need to be successful in solving for angle measures or for variables. I hope this video was helpful as a review. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Reach out to me if you catch a mistake. Also reach out to me if something doesn't make sense or you are confused on any of the steps. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.